Good morning, everyone. Okay, see what we have covered in the last lecture, some of the definition that we need for classical mechanics. First one, the definition that we have seen. Am I audible now?
Yes,
Hello.
ma'am.
So we have covered the definition of position vector, velocity, acceleration, and then linear momentum, angular momentum. Then we have seen what is a torque, what is rate of change of angular momentum. So what is the effect? That means if force is absent, then the linear momentum is constant, and in the absence of torque, the angular momentum is constant. These things we have seen in the last lecture. Okay. So I think I have given you an homework to find out about a dot or cross product. I hope it's homework. So काय होता homework? Do you remember?
Projection of AB on A.
Dot product. Na, I have asked you about the dot product and what is use of a projection in the dot product. Have you studied it? काय projection म्हणजे काय? What is a projection of one vector on another vector, and how it helps to define the dot product, and what is the geometric meaning of a projection? Yes, anyone can tell me. We have done, we haven't done, or whatever you have found after searching, you can say. Even nowadays, it is very easy to find out anything on the Google. Just you have to type it, or now it is more easy that you have to just say what is dot product, what is projection. So you can get images also. By images itself, we can understand what is a projection and dot product. Right now? Hello? Hello? आवाज येते माझा?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if you
Ma'am,
haven't.
I know the formula for the projection on B bar on A bar, that is equal to the A bar dot B bar upon A.
What about A? That is mod of A or simply A? In the denominator.
Simply A. Simply A.
Mod.
So, how you can find out the dot product with the help of a projection? Is there any need to define a dot product with the help of a projection? Or is simply dot product is different thing and the projection is different? काय तुम्हाला मिळालं प्रोजेक्शनचा यूज आहे का तिथे डॉट प्रोडक्ट मध्ये?
Sorry, ma'am, I know only formula.
So let us give you one more day so that you people first find out what is a dot and cross product, what is a geometric meaning, how the projection is defined, what is the use of a projection in the dot product. Because these are the basic things that we have already studied in the 11th standard. I hope more, I think you have studied near about in 9th or 10th also. What is a cross product, what is dot product. In the physics also you have studied, right now? If you are going to be a teacher, you should know this, no? If someone asks you what is a dot and cross product, what you are going to say, see, I am not knowing, I will tell you the next day. Right now, should be perfect in the given basic things. Correct now? Because if you are a bachelor of mathematics, because many of you have taken the subject mathematics for a master, right? So, Master of Mathematics, the degree itself suggests that you know everything about the mathematics. So, we should at least know what are the basic things we need for the mathematics. Right now? So, for that, whenever I am going to give a homework or any teacher is going to give you a homework, it is for your basic knowledge. Because if your basic knowledge is good, then you can go ahead. अगर आपका बेसिक ही नहीं पता है आपको तो आप बड़े बड़े थ्योरम लेके क्या करोगे? If you are going to prove the Lagrange's theorem, but you don't know what is an order, how to denote an order, right? But you don't know what is a coset, what are the properties of coset, then how you are going to prove that what is a Lagrange's theorem? It means that you have just by hearted the Lagrange's theorem, right? You know the dot product, it is mod A, mod B, cos theta. But what is the meaning of mod A, mod B, cos theta? Why it is defined with the help of cos theta itself? We can take tan, cot, many trigonometric ratios are there, no? While defining the dot product, we have taken cos only. I can take tan also, na? If I want to tell anything, suppose some of the student have asked you, or any other non-mathematician person asked you, while defining a dot product, why you have taken the cos theta? Then at that time, you are going to say that this is in the book, so that's why we have studied like this. This is not the answer, na? So you should know the reason behind every definition. I am not saying that you should challenge the definition, you should know the definition first. Correct now? You should respond at least in the lecture. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, whenever I am going to give you a homework, it is for your good. Okay? Let us go for the next point, that is a work done. Okay? I know this classical mechanics will be boring for you, but I will try my level best to involve you people in the classical mechanics chapter. Okay, all the chapters. So, what is a work done? If you know about a work done, then formula for work done we have written is work done is equal to force into displacement. Right? Suppose you are having any object here. Okay? अगर ये कोई ऑब्जेक्ट है, अगर मैंने इसको यहीं पे रखा, right? There is no displacement. If I am applying a force, then only there will be a displacement. Correct? So if I am applying a force, then only a displacement. The product of these two, force into displacement, will give you the work done. Correct? So what is the definition for work done is if there is at least a small displacement. Suppose a very smaller displacement. Suppose this is from R1 to R2. What is R1 and R2? These are the position vector. R1 means a position vector at a point 1. That is, let us denote, we have to travel from point 1 to 2. Position vector at a point 1, position vector at a point 2. Right? So, if I am applying a force here to some object, let us say object is with some mass m and into the G. What is G? G is a mg. G is for
Gravitational force.
Gravitational acceleration.
Gravitational force.
Force.
Gravitational acceleration. Now you have to choose it.
Gravitational force.
Small g is gravitational force.
Acceleration, madam. Gravitational acceleration.
Good. Small g is gravitational acceleration. No, so if you are having any particle, then you have to move this particle from R1 to R2. Directly we cannot move by applying the small amount of force. Let us assume that it is moved to very smaller distance. Let us denote that distance by dr. Because if we are having very small increment, that small increment we are going to denote by a d. That is dr. Dr means what? Very small increment in r. What is r? R is a position vector of a particle. Correct? And this is first position of a particle. This is the second position of the particle. What is our aim? We want to move the particle from position R1 to position R2. So we cannot move directly. So what we have done? We have applied a very small force, and the small displacement we are going to denote it by dr. Correct? This small displacement with some, if I apply force, then only there will be a small displacement. For the small displacement, we'll have a small work done. dW is equals to F into dr. So what is the formula for the small work done? Infinitesimal work done, or very small amount of a work done. That is, infinitesimal work done is given by force into small infinitesimal displacement. Infinitesimal means what? Very, very small displacement. Okay, that cannot be seen by a naked eye. If suppose we are saying that a very, very small displacement, just like from here to here itself, which is not possible to see from the naked eye, then it is called a infinitesimal displacement and infinitesimal work done. Now, if I want to find out the total work done from position R1 to R2, what we have to do then? If the formula is given, dW is equals to F into dr. What is dr? Dr is a small displacement. F is a force applied. dW is a small amount of a work done. Okay. So how are you going to find out the total work done from R1 to R2?
Take a small work done and get integrated.
We have to integrate it now from position R1 to R2 or P1 to P2. It is from integrating dW, we get a total work done from R1 to R2, which is equals to integration F dr from position R1 to R2. So we get, what is the formula for force? Force is nothing but mass into acceleration, right? Force is nothing but mass into acceleration into dr. Correct? So what I get, if I take m is a mass which is constant, mass is not going to vary, m I am taking outside. Inside the integration, what we are remaining is acceleration into dr. Okay, integration with respect to r, and in the integration we have a acceleration term. So which is equals to mass into integration R1 to R2. Acceleration formula is nothing but dv by dt into dr as it is. So we have a formula for velocity also. What is the formula for velocity? It is nothing but the rate of change of a position vector. Okay. So if we want to find out a dv by dt, so we will write down it in the form of r, dv by dr and dr by dt. Okay, we have just adjusted dr. Actually, it is not a multiply and divide. It is a dr. That is a small adjustment we have done. Don't think that it is dr get cancelled. It is nothing but our chain rule. No, v is a function of r is a function of a t. Why we have written like this? Because velocity is depending on position vector is depending upon the time. So next, mass as it is we have taken outside, integration R1 to R2, dv by dr and dr by dt. What is the formula for dr by dt? Dr by dt is nothing but your velocity. Okay. So this dv by dt as it is, this is velocity into dr. Correct? So how you are going to evaluate this term dv by dt into v dt? So for that, okay, let me do one thing here so that we can do more adjustment. We have done dv by dr by dt. Okay, actually this we will keep as it is. We'll change here dr. So for this dr, what we have done is dr by dt into dt. Right? Simply we have multiplied. Simply we have taken a integration with respect to t and derivative with respect to t. Both get cancelled. We remains with the dr. Sorry for the last one because that also we can done, but actually in the notes it is in the notes that I am going to provide you here. The adjustment is done that here dr is a term, so we have adjusted that. We have done the integration with respect to t and derivative with respect to t. So let us take mass into r1, integration r1 to r2. What is the formula for dr by dt? Rate of change of a position vector with respect to time is nothing but the velocity into dv by actually it is t, no? Sorry. Here it is t. So this t as it is we have taken. What is the formula for dv by dt? We have written here, and this dr by dt is velocity into dt. Correct? Now integration and derivative both are with respect to t, which can get cancelled. So v remains with integration r1 to r2 v dv. So how you are going to solve this integration? R1 to R2 v dv. Integration of a single term v or integration of x. What is the integration of x is x square by 2. So that I can write integration of x is nothing but x square by 2. So in the very similar way, this mass outside integration we can take integration of v is nothing but v square by 2 within the limits r1 to r2. Okay. Within the limits r1 to r2 we have v square by 2. Now up to now whatever we have studied, if we are having integration integration of x is x square by 2 within the limits say 1 to 2. You are going to put that limit now. X square अगर है आपका integration within the limits 1 to 2 है. Correct? So what you are going to do? 2 square minus 1 square, that is 4 minus 1, that is equal to 3, and in the divide here we have 2. So what we are going to take is 3 by 2. Correct? So, but here if you see what is with us, v square by 2 and r1 and r2 are not the velocities. Okay? V square is there and within the limits r1 to r2. What is r1 and r2? These are the position vectors at a point p1 and position vector at a point p2. Okay? If these are the position vectors at a point p1 and p2, then that we have to put in the velocity. Can I write it as r2 square minus r1 square? That is not possible. अगर यहाँ पे आपको r square होता तो आप r2 square minus r1 square लिख सकते थे, right? But here it is position vector and here it is a velocity. So what it means, we can write it as m v2 square divided by 2 minus m v1 square divided by 2. Why this is so? Because v square is nothing but the velocity, and here we have to find out velocity at a point or at a position p2, velocity at a position p1. Correct? So what is the formula? mv square by 2. आठवतंय का कुणाला mv square by 2 कशाचा फॉर्म्युला आहे?
कायनेटिक एनर्जी.
So at 2 means kinetic energy at the position P2 or R2 and kinetic energy at first position. So we can write or we can denote it by T2 minus T1. So what is the total work done? We have found integration of dW. We have found W is equals to T2 minus T1. Okay. If it is somewhat not visible for you, let me repeat this from your notes that I am going to provide you, and then we'll go for the next one. Okay. I hope the screen is visible to everyone. Okay. So here we are having the formula. Okay. Let the constant force F be applied to a particle of a mass m whose position vector with respect to position r is fixed and it displaces to infinitesimal distance dr, then infinitesimal amount of a work done is given by. Infinitesimal means very, very smaller. So it is given by dw is equals to f into dr. If the particle is finitely displaced from a position p1 to p2, that is initially the position it at some fixed point O, and from there it is moved to P1 and then it is moved to P2. Okay, that is from origin to it is first moved to P1. That is a position vector of a particle at P1 and P2 is a position vector of a particle at a point P2 R. So here some fixed point that we have to integrate with respect to position vector r. So after integrating this term, dw is equals to f into dr. So work done is given by integration r1 to r2 f into dr. What is the formula for force is mass into acceleration. As mass is a constant term that we can take outside the integration, and hence we can get the formula for acceleration is nothing but rate of change of velocity with respect to time. Okay. So here now we cannot solve this type of a integration dv by dt and here is dr. So for that we have done an adjustment. We have integrated this whole term with respect to t and we have again taken a derivative with respect to t. Integration both are with respect to t. So hence the original term we get as it is from the last equation. Correct. Now what is the formula for this dr by dt is nothing but your velocity. Okay, and this term as it is we have carried out dv by dt. This mass we can keep outside. Okay, now if you see here, this integration is with respect to t and the derivative is also with respect to t. Okay, here dv by dt is there and integration is also with respect to t, derivative is also with respect to t. So we can cancel out them and then we can write directly v dv, right? So we are remaining with simply v and dv. So what is the formula for integration with respect to t, with respect to v and integration of v? So for that we can have integration of this term is nothing but v square by 2. And here we have the upper and lower limiter r1 and r2. These are the position vector. And inside the bracket we have a velocity. Correct? So for that we cannot write it is r2 square minus r1 square. अब तक आपने ऐसे ही लिखा है ना, x integration of x square within the limit say a to b. What we have done b square minus a square. But here it is a position vector. So we can write it is nothing but the velocity at a second position and velocity as the first position. Or we can say velocity of the particle at P2 and velocity of the particle at P1. Okay. So now what is the formula for the kinetic energy is 1 upon 2 mv square. So for this term 1 upon 2 mv2 square is nothing but T2 and 1 upon 2 mv1 square is nothing but T1. So what is a T2? Kinetic energy at a position P2 and T1 is kinetic energy at a position T1. So in general, we have found the formula for work done is nothing but T2 minus T1. Now let us discuss the cases. What will happen if T2 is greater than T1? That means then the work done is positive. That is kinetic energy at a position P2 is greater than kinetic energy at a position P1. Then work done will be positive. अगर T2 बड़ा होगा तो obviously work done will be positive. If T2 is less, then work done is negative. Okay, in that case, we have the examples are example of a rubber spring firing a bullet. Okay, now let us go with these example. What is the meaning of a work done is negative? I hope you have come across the things that अगर आपने rubber कहीं पे लिया है, right? If you are having a rubber, if you are going to stretch it, कोई भी रबर ना जो आप नोट के बंडल पे लगाते हो या किसी चीज को बांध के रखने के लिए लगाते हो, सो यू कैन स्ट्रेच इट. अगर आप स्ट्रेच कर रहे हो मतलब क्या, यू आर अप्लाइंग अ फोर्स इन द अपोजिट डायरेक्शन. Why we are saying that it is in the opposite direction? Because if you leave it, okay, if you leave the rubber, it will again come back to your original position. Correct? होता है ना ऐसे?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ. So these are the example where the work done is negative because we are applying the force in the opposite direction. Okay, if we are applying the force in the opposite direction, no doubt the force will be there, but it is with the negative sign. Okay, so in the stretching of rubber there is a negative force. And in spring also, अगर आपके पास कोई spring है, suppose we are having a pen, पेन के अंदर एक स्प्रिंग होता है ना जो आप टिकटॉक का पेन होते हो, सो वो स्प्रिंग अगर आप बाहर निकालते हो, अगर आप उसको स्ट्रेच करते हो, दैट मीन्स यू आर अप्लाइंग इन द फोर्स इन द अपोजिट डायरेक्शन. एंड इफ यू लीव इट, इट कम बैक्स अगेन टू द ओरिजिनल पोजीशन. एंड फायरिंग बुलेट ऑल्सो, आप जब बुलेट फायर करते हो किसी गन में से, at that time also you are applying the force in the opposite direction. So with the spring and some amount of force in the opposite direction, it goes very fastly in the forward direction. Correct? So in these example, the work done is negative. That means the whatever the force or amount of force we are applying, that is in the opposite direction, because rubber, spring, all these are in their original position and we are applying the force in the opposite direction, and hence we are saying that the work done is negative in these examples. Okay, now let us go for the next one. For that, first see the definition. What we are going to see, the force is said to be conservative. Conservative, in the last lecture I have told you, conservative in the sense it is constant if the work done by the force is independent on the path travel, but it depends on the initial and the final position. Okay, just like our displacement and the distance. Okay, when we are going to say the distance is 0, distance 0 कब होगा, जब position particle is not going to move anywhere. When you are going to say displacement is 0, if the position of the particle is same after moving, suppose we are having, say we are moving from stand to university and you have come back to the stand. Okay, there is no displacement, but distance is there. That is, you have covered the distance from university stand to university, that is say A, and again come back, that is A, then it is 2 times A, but there is no displacement. So here what is given to us, conservative force. The force is said to be conservative if the work done by the force is independent on path travel. Okay, but it is saying the work done is independent on path travel, but it is depending upon the initial and the final position. So it is related to our displacement. That means if the position of the initial and final point are same, then said to be have a work done is 0. Okay, work done is 0 if initial and final positions are same. So what it is saying that the force is said to be conservative. That means we can say the force is constant if the work done by the force is independent on the path travel, but it depends on the initial and the final position of the particle. Have you understood the definition?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are having any type of a doubt related to my teaching, related to anything else, you can ask. Okay, I am trying to do this because sometime it is not visible on the board. So that's why I am sharing the notes that I am going to provide you. Okay, so what is a conservative force? If you are applying a force, it's said to be conservative if it is the work done is depending on the initial and final position, but not on the path travel. Okay. Now let us see what the example we are going to show. Show that the gravitational force is conservative. Okay. Now let us go for the example. We have to show that the gravitational field of force is conservative. Now what do you know about gravitational force? What is the main property of a gravitational force that Newton has discovered with the help of an apple falling in downward direction? But we have to show that the gravitational field of force is conservative field of force. Okay, for that let us consider a two-dimensional plane in which we have, say, the position of the particle is somewhere here from A to B. That means a particle is falling from position A to B. Correct? Somewhere in between, let us denote we have some particle of mass m into the gravitational acceleration, that is g. Okay. So total gravitational force is nothing but mass into g. Right? So if a particle is moving from a position A to B, if a particle is moving from position A to B, then it will be, that is, the force is applied in the downward direction, and that is nothing but mass into gravitational acceleration. Okay. So now, what will be the force in this direction? That is, in the direction of x-axis, there is no force, that is 0. And in the direction of y-axis, there will be a force minus of m into g. Why there is a force minus of m into g? Because अगर आप gravitational force of field को experience करते हो, that means suppose here we have a particle at, say, position A and it is falling. So if it is falling, it will may go to the position B. So somewhere in between we are calculating. So what will be the force applied on this particle is itself, उसके mass या weight की वजह से जो acceleration of जो weight produce हो रहा है. So mass into acceleration, that is gravitational acceleration g. M into g, that will be pointing in the downward direction. Okay, with the help of that, it is moving in the downward direction. But with some force, that is total opposite force, minus of m into g. That is saying that it is coming, that should come in the opposite direction. Here it is m into g, here it is minus of m into g. But there is no force in the x-axis direction. That is the force applying in the F1 direction. Say F1 means the force applied in the x-axis direction. F2 means the force applied in the y-axis direction. So in the direction of x-axis, the force is 0. But in the direction of y-axis, there is exactly opposite force. Correct? Why this is so? Because every particle, if we are having on the earth, it is going obviously in the downward direction. And due to that mass itself, there is some force which is pulling itself in the upward direction, that is minus of mg, that created due to its mass. And due to gravitational force, it is going in the downward direction. And due to the gravitational force is more as compared to the mass से obviously gravitational force ज्यादा है, इसलिए वो पार्टिकल नीचे जाके गिरता है. करेक्ट ना? जहाँ पे फोर्स ज्यादा होगा ऑब्वियसली चीज वहीं पे जाके गिरेगी. सो ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स इज मोर, सो दैट्स व्हाई द पार्टिकल इज डाउन. And if that's why we can say the particle is moving from position A to B, and then in the direction of x-axis there is no force, in the direction of y-axis there is exactly opposite. That force is created due to its mass itself. And here in the downward direction, the particle is going so due to our gravitational force. Okay, have you understood this one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what we have to show that it is conservative field of force. What is the meaning of conservative? We have to show that it is depending upon initial and final position, but it is not depending upon the path traveled by a particle. Okay. So for that, let us go. What we have done, we have to find out the work done. How we have found the work done is nothing but integration from position A to position B, force into displacement. Okay. What is the formula for force now? The force is now divided into the two parts. Force is divided into F11I plus F12J. Why this is so? Because we are discussing all the things in the two dimension. Okay, because we have plotted here, no? X and y axis. So force applied in the x direction, that is F11, force applied in the y direction, that is F12. But we know that there is no force in the x axis direction, so it is 0, and F12 is there, that is exactly opposite. Okay. So we can say F11, or simply we can say it is F1 and this is F2. Okay. So now the component of forces. Component of forces means force applied in x and y direction. Because whenever you are going to apply the force, there are components of the forces. That means it depends whenever you are in two-dimensional plane, whenever you are in three-dimensional plane. If you are in three-dimensional place, then force have a three component, that is in force in x direction, force in y direction, force in z direction. Okay, that is fx, fy and fz. And here we have fx and fy that we have renamed as f1 and f2. Okay, there is no force in the x direction, that is f1 is 0. And what is the value of f2? That created due to its own mass, that is minus of g, minus m into g. Okay. What is dr? Dr, that is a displacement. As we are discussing on the two-dimensional, we have to consider both the cases, that is x as well as y. That we can have dxi plus dyj. Okay. So now let us write down the same formula. Work done is equals to position at A and B, the particle position from A to B. F is nothing but minus of m into g, okay, into j, that is the coefficient of j is f2, that we have written here. What is a dr? Dr is nothing but dxi plus dyj. What are I and j? These are nothing but the unit vectors in the direction of x and y axis. Okay, so hence now you can say what is the product of I into j? I dot j. As again here is the dot product. What is I dot j? Because I and j both are unit vector. But one is in x direction, one is in the y direction. Okay, what is the dot product of I into j?
K.
As we
K.
है ना, हम सिर्फ x और y में ही डिस्कस कर रहे हैं ना. हमारा जो भी मैंने ड्रॉ किया था, that is simply x y. Dot product I am asking, I dot j. What you have told you definition? Mod A, mod B, cos theta. That is mod I, mod j. Mod I, mod j obviously 1 होगा, क्योंकि हम क्या कह रहे हैं? I and j are the unit vectors, so their modulus will be 1. Cos theta means what? Theta is an angle between both the vectors. What is an angle between I and j? Because if they are the vector in x and y direction, what is the angle between I and j?
90 degree.
What is the possibility?
0.
So I dot j will be 0. No doubt it will be k, but in the three-dimensional. Okay, but we are here discussing only on the two-dimensional. So I dot j will be simply 0. So what will be j dot j?
1.
Now, mod j into cos of 0 because j dot j means there is no angle between itself. No, आप अगर एक ही डायरेक्शन में दो वेक्टर ले रहे हो, what will be the resultant? It will be simply 1. So we can say here minus mg as it is. J dot j is 1. Integration from a to b. What is the resultant of this? What we can say? Mass and g both are constant, and here this dy as it is. Correct? This dy as it is, j dot j is 1, minus mg as it is, this dy as it is. So minus mg, both I can take outside, both are constant, integration a to b dy. What is dy? Because particle is moving from upper position to lower position. Right? We have a particle here and we have left it, so it is moving in the downward direction. So that's why the particle is moving from in the direction of y-axis. So this is nothing but the displacement of the particle. So hence minus mg as it is, and hence we can write here it is b minus a. So finally this minus sign, if I keep it inside, it is mg into a minus b. Correct? So what is the formula for the work done? We have obtained is work done is equal to mass into gravitational acceleration in the bracket a minus p. Now let me share you the screen so that it will be clear for you. That is why the gravitational field of force is said to be a conservative field of force. Okay, you can see the image here. This is na sagrana. Just sharing you. So show that the gravitational force is conservative. Okay, what we have to show? Gravitational force. So what we have done, consider a particle moving from moving in the xy plane under the action of its own weight, that is gravitational force. Let P be the position of the particle at some instant, the work done given by, that is from position A to B. Okay. Then it is written in work done is given by integration A to B force into displacement. Okay. Now the force is divided into two components, F1I plus F2J. F1 and F2 are the component of the forces. In the x direction, there is no force. In the y direction, the force is created due to its own mass. And the dr, what is the formula for dr? It is nothing but dxi plus dyj, because we are discussing in the two-dimensional plane. So whatever the equation 1 is written as F1I plus F2J, and dr is nothing but dxi plus dyj. Okay, so now just we have to substitute the values. F1 is 0, F2 is minus mg, and dxi plus dyj. Okay, I dot j will be 0, j dot j is 1, so F2 into dy as it is. So let us put the value of F2, then keep minus mg outside. Integration of dy is nothing but b minus a, and this minus side if I keep inside, it will be mass into gravitational acceleration into a minus b. So you can see from this expression, the work done by the force is independent on the path travel, because it is simply showing that mass into acceleration, both are constant, a and b. Okay, so whatever the formula for the work done in the case of gravitational fields of force we have found is depending on only these 2 points, a and b, because mass तो constant होगा, जो भी particle होगा आपका gravitational field of force भी constant है. अगर आप एक ही पोजीशन पे हो तो जो भी वर्क डन है, राइट, सो वॉट एवर द वर्क डन वी हैव, इट इज डिपेंडिंग ओनली ऑन द पॉइंट ए एंड बी. So we can see from the expression that the work done by the force is independent on the path travel. कोई भी in between का point नहीं है ना work done के formula में. Okay, this is independent of a path travel, but it depends on the initial and final position of the particle. Hence, gravitational field of force is a conservative field of force. What is the formula for the work done is mass into G, that is gravitational acceleration into A minus B. Okay, have you understood this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let us go for the definition. That is, if the work done by the force along any closed path is zero, then we say that the force is said to be conservative field of force. Okay, what is the meaning of this? Work done by the force along a closed path. If it is a closed path, what is the meaning? अगर आप फॉर्मूला में क्लोज पाथ लिख रहे हो, दैट मीन्स इंस्टेड ऑफ पोजिशन बी इट इज सिंपली ए माइनस ए क्या होगा? जीरो. Okay, if it is a closed path, what will be the formula? The work done by the force along any closed path is zero. Okay, then the force is said to be conservative. अगर force constant होगा तो sorry, the work done if it is zero along any closed path, it means that the force is constant. That is a conservative field of force. Okay. Or in another way, we can say conversely, when the particle moves along a closed path in the conservative field of force, then the work done is zero. Work done zero कब होगा? अगर particle एक closed path में move कर रहा है on the conservative field of force. अगर force भी constant है, particle एक closed path में move कर रहा है, तो obviously work done zero होगा. Correct? Okay. Read the definition. If you're having a doubt, you can ask. What is the definition? If the work done by the force along any closed path is zero, then the force is said to be conservative. Okay. Force conservative कब बोलेंगे हम? अगर A और B same है, that is closed path, then the work done is zero. Or conversely, the work done is zero under the conservative field of force, then sorry, if the particle is moving under a closed path in the conservative field of force, then we can say that the work done is zero. Okay, now let us go for the next example, that is a frictional force. For that, let us take one one real life example. That means suppose we are moving somewhere. अगर आप बाइक पे मूव कर रहे हो तो सपोज एक रोड बहुत ज्यादा खराब है. ओके, सो एट दैट टाइम वी हैव टू एक्सेलरेट अवर बाइक. द एक्सेलरेशन आपको ज्यादा करना पड़ेगा ना बाइक का. सो एट दैट टाइम वी हैव टू अप्लाई मोर फोर्स टू मूव अप योर बाइक. ओके, अगर आप एक रोड एकदम क्लीन है, राइट, at that time you no need to apply the more force or you no need to accelerate your bike if you want to travel. अगर रोड खराब है तभी आप ज्यादा फोर्स अप्लाई करोगे ना, एक्सेलरेट ज्यादा करोगे आपकी बाइक, राइट. सो एट दैट टाइम सपोज आप अगर ट्रेवल कर रहे हो एकदम स्मूथ प्लेस पे, करेक्ट, वहां पे कुछ सपोज 40 की स्पीड में आप बाइक चला रहे हो और अगर अचानक से कोई एक एकदम रफ प्लेस आ जाए, तो एट दैट टाइम कैन यू गो विद द सेम स्पीड ऑफ 40?
No.
No. So we have to apply the more force. Why the new more force we need is actually due to the force whatever is created due to that rough place. वो rough place है इसीलिए हमको force extra लगाना पड़ रहा है ना, क्योंकि वो जो भी rough place है वहां पे friction produce होता है ना. Due to that friction our bike is not going in the same direction. At that time, due to that frictional force, we have to apply some more force to move in the forward direction. So suppose we can say अगर आप bike some speed से जा रहे हो, at some position we are having some different type of a road, or we can say it is some rough road. Okay, so that rough road is saying that, or it is allowing अगर वो आपको पुल कर रहा है ना, वो आपको बैकवर्ड डायरेक्शन में जाने के लिए बोल रहा है, करेक्ट. सो इफ इट इज मूविंग यू इन द बैकवर्ड डायरेक्शन विथ सम फोर्स, दैट विल बी निगेटिव ना. आप पॉजिटिव डायरेक्शन में जा रहे हो और वो अप्लाई निगेटिव डायरेक्शन में हो रहा है ना फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स की वजह से. दैट वी कैन से माइनस एफ इनटू एस. ओके, that due to that rough road, that whatever the force created is F and displacement created is S, but it is in the negative direction, so we can say it is minus Fs. But at that time what you do, we cannot be on the same position. What you do, we apply the same amount of force, extra amount of force we are applying now. What is the extra amount of force that we are applying is the same amount of force that is given by the rough road. जो rough road आपको force create करने के लगा रहा है, वो वही amount का force आप extra लगाओगे तभी आपका बाइक आगे जाएगा, करेक्ट ना?
Yes, ma'am.
समझता है? इमेजिन करो आप एक बाइक पे जा रहे हो, एक रोड खराब है तो आपको एक्स्ट्रा अमाउंट का फोर्स लगाना पड़ेगा. वाई दे आपको एक्स्ट्रा अमाउंट का फोर्स क्यों लग रहा है? ड्यू टू दैट फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स, and that frictional force whatever we have minus fs, because we it is in the opposite direction wherever we are going. Okay, minus fs होगा. If it is minus fs, so same amount of minus fs, f force into displacement, वही आपको अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा आपको अगर फॉरवर्ड डायरेक्शन में जाना है, या उससे ज्यादा अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा, करेक्ट ना? So if we are going in the same direction, so we have to apply some more force than a frictional force, or exactly same amount of a frictional force, so to go in the opposite in the same direction. So that will be again minus fs, right? So we can see here, if the body is moved again the constant frictional force through the distance in the horizontal plane, then the work done by the frictional force is minus into fs. The body is brought back to the original position and from the same path, then it is again minus fs. So minus fs will be minus of 2fs, which is not equal to 0. Then we can say the work done is non-zero, and hence we can say frictional force is not a conservative field of force. Okay, it is also in the closed path. Now आप जहाँ पे जा रहे हो तो that is a, we can say it is not a conservative field of force. Conservative field of force, it must be constant. So we can say frictional force is not a conservative. So you can see here, we have a position A to B, mass into acceleration into into A minus B. But here what we have, minus fs into minus fs plus of minus fs, that will be equal to minus of 2 times fs. Okay, that we can say frictional force is not a conservative. Have you understood the examples of a frictional force? Okay, read it once again. What is a frictional force? Just imagine the example of a bike. अगर आप कोई भी बाइक पे ट्रैवल कर रहे हो तो आपको ज्यादा फोर्स अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा. That whatever the extra amount of force you are applying, that is created due to the frictional force minus fs, और उतना ही अमाउंट का आपका फोर्स लगाना पड़ेगा so that we can move in the same direction. If the body is brought back to the original position from the same path, then the amount of work done is given by minus fs. That means this amount of work done we have applied, and this is the frictional force. So combining these two, we can have minus of 2fs, and then we can say the work done is non-zero, and hence frictional force is not a conservative. Okay. So in the next lecture, we will go with some theorem that if the forces acting on the particle are conservative, then show that the total energy of the particle is also constant. We have to show that total energy of the particle is constant. That is T plus V is constant. Okay. Is there any doubt in this lecture? Try to speak. येते ना माझा आवाज? Hello.
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.